Welcome to Terra Turas, the Metaphysical Round Table. 5 professional readers coming together, including Brenda Lynn, Heather Lynn, Jamie Gibson, Reverend Pat Beers, Michael, and most importantly, you, the audience. Walk with us as we cover different aspects of the metaphysical and spiritual sides of life. Bring together our insight, experience, and discussion to a roundtable event. And now, here is tonight's host.
Happy holidays, everybody. This is just my little closing of the year for you, and I just wanted to let you know what the holidays mean to me. I saw this little posting a few weeks ago that actually makes a lot of sense to me in how I do things. It said that Christmas isn't a season, it's a feeling. And to me, that is very true because I grew up in the Midwest with snow and everything, and then I moved out to California for 30 years with no snow. And it took away, for a moment, it took away Christmas for me because I'm walking around in tank top and shorts going Christmas shopping, which was just crazy. But then I started to recognize what Christmas really was at that time. And another thing that I do is that I do throughout the year, but it's more often during the Christmas holiday season because of the access to it, is you remember those Christmas trees you would see at the stores that had little kids' names on it, and on the back, you buy them something of what they're wanting? I probably spend so much money doing that, as much as I do on my kids when they were growing up, because it's just, kids should have the magic, and Christmas is a magic feeling. So I still do that throughout the year as well, but obviously more so during the Christmas season because everybody makes it more accessible for you. So to me, it's just, Christmas is wonderful. The season of it is great because you've got all the food, you've got the pretty lights, the trees and everything, but sometimes it gets lost that you can take that feeling, that Christmas feeling, and take it with you all year long. Keep yourself in that gratitude space, and you're going to bring more things to you so that you can then share more things with more people at the same time. So it's a win-win for everybody. So to me, that's what the holidays mean. And I hope that you guys can all start to embrace that feeling as well and just take it with you all year. It's not sad when Christmas is over because you just take it with you. So in closing, just Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever, but keep into that feeling of the holidays, not the season. See you next week.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everyone. This holiday season, I am thinking about memories with my grandparents and family time and the fun that I had as a kid, that magical feeling of Christmas. And being a grandmother now, I hope to recreate some of those, family traditions and family traditional foods. Funny thing, my grandmother used to make these perfect, really old-fashioned donuts that came from the old country, which in my family is either going to be Scandinavia or France. We're not sure where that recipe came from, but they are heavy and cake-like and crackled on the outside. They're absolutely delicious. And I have the recipe, and they're really hard to make. So I have not been able to come out with a perfect donut yet, or even anything remotely close to, oh my goodness, what is that? So I have started a tradition with my grandkids where I throw blobs of the dough in the fryer and we glue them together with icing and make Christmas trees out of them. So we stack up these donut blobs, and we decorate them with red hots and licorice and stuff like that. So this holiday season and in the ones to follow, I know I'm going to want to hand down something to my grandkids that my grandparents gave to me. I'm thinking about things like my one grandmother's melt-away cookies that would melt in your mouth, and to eat those just tasted like Christmas. I had an aunt that used to make this Scandinavian pretzel type thing that we called Kris Kringles. And there's a specific taste to those that you just can't get anywhere else. So I'm thinking about the taste, the smells, the sounds of Christmas growing up, and hope to recreate that with my family. And I hope you and your family create wonderful Christmas memories and traditions, or whatever your holiday is, whatever those traditions are. I hope you have a wonderful one and you make great memories. Happy holidays.
Hey folks, it's Michael with Terra Turas. I wanted to take just a few minutes and wish you a very happy holiday set, a very Merry Christmas. It's that time of year that we all sit and reflect on what we have going on the past year. We sit and remember with family and friends over dinner and presents, gifts that we give to each other. But there was something that really caught my attention this year. It's a poem, of all things. And it's called The Invitation by Oriah Mountain Dreamer. And instead of sitting here and talking about the holidays, I wanted to read you this. The Invitation. It doesn't interest me what you do for a living. I want to know what you ache for, and if you dare to dream of meeting your heart's longing. It doesn't interest me how old you are. I want to know if you will risk looking like a fool for love, for your dream, for the adventure of being alive. It doesn't interest me what planets square your moon. I want to know if you've touched the center of your own sorrow, if you've opened your eyes by life's betrayals, or have become shriveled and closed from fear of future pain. I want to know if you can sit with pain, mine or your own, without moving to hide it, or fade it, or fix it. I want to know if you can be with joy, mine or your own, if you can dance with wildness and let the ecstasy fill you to the tips of your fingers and toes, without cautioning us to be careful, to be realistic, to remember the limitations of being human. It doesn't interest me if the story you are telling me is true. I want to know if you can disappoint another to be true to yourself. If you can bear the accusation of betrayal and not betray your own soul. If you can be faithless and therefore trustworthy. I want to know if you can see beauty even when it is not pretty every day. And if you can source your own life from its presence. I want to know if you can live with failure, yours or mine, and still stand at the edge of the lake and shout to the silver of the moon, yes. It doesn't interest me to know where you live or how much money you may have. I want to know if you can get up after the night of grief and despair, weary and bruised to the bone, and do what needs done to feed the children. It doesn't interest me who you know or how you came to be here. I want to know if you will stand in the center of the fire with me and not shrink back. It doesn't interest me where or what or with whom you have studied. I want to know what sustains you from the inside when all else falls away. I want to know if you can be alone with yourself and if you truly like the company you keep in the empty moments. Merry Christmas to everybody. Have a safe, joyous New Year. And I'll see you again on the next show.
Good afternoon, everybody, and Merry Christmas. We're doing a quick recording because we will be spending time with our families for the holidays. We're going to take a quick break from the show. So the message I have for you today is about finding the joy in the holiday season. Now, I know a lot of people, including myself this year, the holidays have been a difficult time because it's been different than all the other years. And to those of you who have been struggling, I want to say that you're not alone, and it is totally okay to feel sad when you feel like everyone else is happy. And you can still find joy through the process of this. You can find the joy in the sadness, and you can find the joy inside yourself, just of the season. Last night I had a wonderful solstice bonfire, which is one of my favorite days of the year, the darkest night of the year. And we welcomed the sun. We did drumming and meditation and some ceremonial things. And one thing I did was I had water that I had made from the eclipse of August 2017. We had a solar eclipse. And it had been the first one in many, many years that we were able to see where I live here in Michigan. So it was a very powerful time. And this spirit kind of told me, okay, it's time to clear out your altar. It's time to clear everything, clear it all out. I had a box in my closet that was full of cedar and birch bark and just all kinds of woodsy things, and spirit was like, it's time, you need to burn this. And so I just burned it all. I burned my Yule wreath I had made the year before. I burned my Yule log I had made the year before. And it just felt like such a beautiful permanent shift in my life, like really symbolic of letting go of all of that old stuff, those old patterns and habits that no longer serve. So even though I know that a lot of people are joyful during this time, as we should be, and I feel like more people are loving their neighbors as we should be, it's really a time to let go, a time to release, and to surrender to all that's meant for you in the year to come. So what we did with the water that I talked about, we each drank a little, and I poured some on the fire. And there was something very special about this moment that my friends and I shared, that it took me back to that time where I was in August of 2017, which was a very, just a uncertain and mucky time in my life. And I had just had my third baby, but my ex and I were separated. And it was just, I just remember that moment sitting out there on the sidewalk with my kids, and I had crystals and seashells like just sputtered out everywhere on the sidewalk. And I live in an apartment building, so I know people were questioning what I was doing. I had this jar of water out there. But it was there's something about the connection between that solar eclipse and this winter solstice. So again, just remember, now is a good time to really release, to look within, to welcome that light, to welcome the sun back as it returns to us over these next months. And you're not alone. It's completely okay to feel sad and confused and even lonely in these times. Just remember to call on your angels, call on your guides. When you need help, when you are struggling, put your hand to your heart, take a few deep breaths, and pray. Pray what's on your heart, because your prayers will be answered. Not always in the way you expect them to be answered, but they will be answered. And find joy in that process. To you, I wish a very Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Thank you for joining us, and we will be back very soon. Namaste.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas and a very happy, joyous New Year. Christmas is a big bundle of all kinds of things, happiness, sadness, anger, frustration, but we get through it every year. Now that I'm a little older, I can understand why my mother used to get so upset and go, oh, here it comes again. Here it comes again. Because, as kids, we always are just so excited. And my children are grown, and they'll both be here this weekend. One, because we have a sad thing to go to. My 100-year-old uncle passed away this past weekend, so we're going down to my hometown in Morgantown, West Virginia for his memorial. We're doing a celebration of his life. And this is the time of year that, like I said, it's all tied up, many things, joys, happiness, frustration, sadness. And I often do memorials and funerals. And one of the readings I like to do is we're standing on the shore and we're watching this beautiful ship sailing away. And as it unfurls the sails, and they're so white and so billowy, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And we're crying tears because we feel we're losing someone. They're no longer with us. And the truth is that they've only taken off this coat that we call a body and put on the white light of the universe and God. So as that ship sails away and we're crying tears of sadness, there are others watching this ship come up to the horizon and going, there they come. They're going home. They're going to be with friends and family again, and they're doing tears of joy. And I had a friend named Marge Rohde who did seminars for women for many years about self-empowerment and taking care of yourself. So I have a couple of things that she wrote I'd like to share with you. One of them is give yourself permission to be who you truly are, whoever or whatever that may be. And that's why I have purple hair. And if I change your attitude for 2 seconds, I've done my job. I either make you laugh or I make you go, oh my gosh, did you see that woman? And the greatest gift you ever give anyone is your honest self. That's Mr. Rogers. And to do not wish to be anything but what you are and try to be that perfectly, St. Francis de Sales. And then talking about grief. Grieve your losses. You can't stop seasons or time or people from passing. Even when your life changes for the better, there will still be losses to grieve. Don't try to deny or repress your pain or close or shrink your heart. Wallow if you wish, wail if you want, but take the time you need to heal your heart and soothe your spirit, because only then can you truly move on. And Dr. Cadell Kaba said, grief is the opportunity to release the pain, honor what was, honor yourself, and pave your way for the blessings that lie ahead. And the last one is, the soul would have no rainbow if the eyes had no tears. And that one, John Vance Cheney, that's very true. Have friends who moved to Florida because they couldn't wait to get out of this Ohio weather, the cold and the rain and the snow and whatnot, and they're down in Florida 6 months, and they go, we have 2 seasons down here, sunshine and rain. And then they come back for short periods of time or maybe become snowbirds in the winter and Ohioans in the summertime. But it's a time for joy and a time for happiness and a time to celebrate all those wonderful things that we have and to look forward to the new year that's coming. It's going to be a bang-up year next year. We're doing well. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Please give hugs to your friends and your family and tell them you love them. You don't have to tell them in so many words, but just let them know with your feelings. So happy holidays, everyone. Merry Christmas.
From all of us here at our show, from our family to your family, we just wanted to wish you a very, very happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.